Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 8 of the new season of Doctor Who. This is the season finale, and after last week's episode, the ramp up and the reveal at the end was Sutek's return. It was really wild, and I really don't know what to expect as we move into this finale. So I'm excited to check it out, see what happens. So let's get ready to jump in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is in watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes to react to the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, to try to make it worth your while should you're going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And with that all said out of the way, let's get ready to jump into episode 8, Empire of Death. Here we go.
All of you, everyone down, all of you! Bring Sutek's dust of death.
Oh no. Oh. Whoa.
Kings, this is the doctor. We're on our way back. Try to contain that thing.
I bring
Good luck.
Sutek's dust of
Open
death.
fire! All weapons!
You better not. Thank you. Wait, does he have machine guns on his little Segway? That is great. Uh-oh. Oh, right, no, she's still in the thing.
All the bullets turn to dust, ma'am.
I bring Sutek's dust of death.
Don't you fucking dare.
This is me signing on. With thanks and love. And please send this monster back into hell. No!
You better not.
There's nothing we can do. Except fight.
I refuse to accept this is permanent.
Now faster! Going as fast as I can!
Oh my god, it's a full-on sandstorm now. Oh my lord.
Do you believe in the power of prayer?
I most certainly do.
Then tell your maker I will come to storm down his gates of gold and seize his kingdom in my true name.
What?
I'm so sorry. It ends like this. I had such plans.
I had such plans. Who are you? God damn it, man. Wow. Yeah, all this has to get undone by the end of this. There's no way.
Doctor, my mother, why can't we see her?
Ruby, we've got worse problems.
Wait a second. Wait, did he just walk in the... What the fuck? Wow. Yeah, he did.
It's made of memories. Ruby, it is feeding off you. Yeah, give it everything you've got, babes. Remember it harder.
Damn.
The TARDIS is remembering itself.
Doctor!
Oh no.
We meet again, my old friend.
The timing does my memories too.
I cast you into the time vortex. I sent you forward to your own death. Instead, I found a home. I and for so many years, I hid. I have traveled with you for all this time.
Wow.
Riding the line of your ship, staring into eternity and evolving into my true godhood.
Wow. Huh.
It will stand as my altar, temple of my empire of death.
Oh.
But I saw in created an apparition of her universally every time we landed on every single world.
Yeah, figures.
My angels of death, now standing triumphant across the universe.
I bring Sutek's dust of death.
Wow.
And why am I still alive?
It's a good point.
This feeling that you have now, this doubt, have you ever felt so alive? Doesn't it feel good?
Oh. That's interesting. Oh, I love all of the little knickknacks and little little Easter eggs all throughout. Oh. No, Mel.
Wait, does this thing work? Can it fly?
No idea.
We'll find out. Oh shit. Oh wow. The sandstorm's just sweeping across the planet. Sutek in this form, like he said, like he's tasted life. He's never felt more alive, and he's just like, whoa, wait, what am I? What do I do? His jukebox just miniaturized. God, there's so many things.
It's like intelligent rope.
What do you mean, like?
Intelligent glove. That was the
No.
first day we met.
Yep.
Okay, so the TARDIS has a perception filter, so it doesn't get noticed because it casts a field around it at 66.7 meters exactly.
73 yards.
Wow.
How do you know that?
I don't know, I just do.
Funny things happen at 73 yards. He used this field, but he used it massively. He focused his mind and created a whole new person everywhere I'd land. Perception means that she fitted in. She had character, she had history, she had a truth.
Wow.
Each time the TARDIS would land, the idea of that woman would get stronger and stronger. By 2024, she was Susan Triad.
Oh, interesting. After all of his landings and all that, just eventually finally solidified into a person after all of the attempts. That's why she existed as this monumental being that nobody remembered until just now.
It's happening over and over again. Every time I landed there, 1999, 1066, 2005.
Wow.
All dead. Venus, Telos, Khan, the huge sphere.
No.
I did this.
You did not.
Every sun is dead. The universe has
Oh.
come to a halt.
As I traveled to all those worlds, I thought it was fun.
No. Well, what now?
Hush now, darling. Let me give the man his chaffee.
Who is the little one?
Probably nobody.
What is this place called?
Hard to remember. They say memory is dying. There was a man that said that actual facts were dying in the death wave.
Wow.
I don't think I was born here. Then I met my husband, whatever his name was.
Jesus.
Have you got any metal?
Metal is a precious thing, sir.
I don't think anything's precious anymore.
I suppose you do have a very nice face.
Yeah. Aw, it's a spoon. Just makes me think of when Capaldi dueled Robin Hood.
I think my daughter died. And I forgot.
This is heartbreaking, man.
I think she did.
I love how emotional his doctor is, man. I absolutely adore it so much.
But it's so determined to kill that it can travel backwards. From child to mother. But it's okay because I really am very tired. Such a nice face.
Oh. Wow. That's so fucked up, man.
Thank you, whoever you were.
Oh, oh, look at the little 13 claws.
What's all that Egyptian stuff?
Cultural appropriation.
And who are they? That woman and the man with the hair?
They just traveled in the TARDIS. That's how I know Mal.
Are they forgetting or what?
Einstein.
Okay. Or not.
Did we?
Yeah, they are.
God, I've forgotten.
You okay?
Exhausted.
But if gods are scared of her, then what the hell does that mean? She's not this big cosmic thing, is she? Because in that case, what am I?
Ruby, you are absolutely
I
human.
mean, that is a very good question. What she's just some random person and he's turned it into this big old mystery. And oh, no you do not.
We can find the living through time and space and family.
Oh no.
Okay, then who's that?
I mean,
Hey, shit, it's what's his face again? Mad Jack.
If your mother was still alive,
She'd be on record.
she would be on the register. We've never been able to find her because she never got tested, but 24 says she's got no choice. It is showing us the way, Ruby. It's showing us.
That's assuming she's alive in 2046.
Vic, let's make one final.
Jesus. That scared the shit out of me.
Closer. Closer.
God, it looks like she's got the Mangekyo Sharingan going on. God, he really just wants to know. Right? What the fuck? This is so strange.
Yes. Yes. You better keep watch. Sutex servants could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Don't take any risks. We're all getting out of this.
Don't worry about me. Find that name.
Is he already suspicious? Does he already know? You leave her alone.
Somewhere in there is your mother's name, and maybe we can use it to fight Sute.
Who is she?
Melanie. Here I see. Submit to the will of Sudex.
Uh-oh. Snowing. Oh, we got a match.
What does it mean?
Oh!
I loved you, Mel.
What good did love do, Doctor?
Wow.
I bring you a gift. The last two creatures in existence.
The last two creatures in existence.
Sute, I promise you I will worship you if you just allow me.
Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
I've got the name and I'll give it to you. Can you just let him go? She found the name, but I don't understand.
Susan Triad. Who is it?
Waiting for so long.
It is. Oh!
You great big god of nothing.
Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, uh-oh.
She's too cold. Listen to me.
Oh, he did know. He needs to pull him off of the TARDIS, free the TARDIS from him. They can take it. And, get the fuck out of here. Oh! Yo!
Into the vortex.
Get fucked.
what happens if you bring death to death? You bring life.
What? Roll with it. You bring death to death. We kill death. Brings life. Oh, thank Christ. Hey! He got to come back too. Okay. What is your what plans do you have, Flood? Who are you? Yeah, you're excited to be back, but what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that second chance, huh? What were you talking? What were you saying? Was you talking some shit before you turned to dust?
Bring death to death everywhere! We bring life to the whole flipping universe!
Hell yeah.
It's here is alive.
Aww.
The planet is called Agua Santina.
No. She got her baby back.
We fought a monster, and now I must become a monster.
So this bring back all the dead planets and stuff too? Not just the ones that Sutek killed, but the ones that had been long since gone? You could have used that as a way to resurrect Gallifrey yet again to undo that, but they didn't mention it. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
I pride myself that I am better than you, because if you're dead, you must represent life. Surely that's what I am, life.
Aww.
And that's how you win, Sutek, because you turned me into this. I am the one that brings death.
Wow. Holy shit. The Doctor is death. And death is no more. Now who the fuck was her mom? I need to know.
But I'm still me. I've still got my memories, my family. All of that's still true, is it?
Absolutely.
Well, sure, why not?
The god of death created life.
And he gave you a very good brain. I think Unit can use you.
Oh, you don't have to recruit everybody,
I'll make
Kate.
tea.
Did you make this tea?
I did, yes.
Don't make the tea.
Get roasted.
DNA retrieval 100%.
My mother.
Louise Alison Miller, 35 years old, 15 when she gave birth to you.
15.
She must have hidden the pregnancy. Father, William Benjamin Garnett, 15 at the time. Louise moved to Coventry at the age of 18. She's a nurse.
That's what I don't understand. She's so ordinary.
She's wonderful.
No.
How did she stay invisible from a god? She defeated Sutek.
She was important because we think she's important. It's how everything happens. Every war, every religion, every love story.
No.
We invest things with significance.
We theorize.
It made her sheer existence more powerful than Time Lords and gods. In the end, the most important person in the universe was the most ordinary.
It's kind of beautiful, man.
Making our baby safe.
She pointed.
Yeah, there was that.
She pointed at you, Doctor.
She wasn't pointing at me, because we cleaned up the VHS. Behind me was that lamppost. It was a signpost. She was pointing at the name of the road. She was naming you.
To what? To who? What? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
The workers chose it, or the paramedics, or whatever, but no, it was her.
No, nobody saw her do that. They did that of their own accord. Oh my god. That's so goofy, but it's the sentiment that matters. Sorry, I'm just playing that out in my head and it's kind of funny.
Got a fella named Mike. She goes to Spain in 3 weeks.
But we still have who the fuck is Flood?
I found her.
With a time machine. Is that fair? I think we should leave that alone.
Oof.
What can I get? Oh, cappuccino.
Wow.
Ruby?
I was named after a road, Ruby Road. You left me by a church 19 years ago. Oh my God. You left me where I was safe, and I just want to say thank you. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's nice.
Aww.
Every Christmas I thought, right, this is the year. But every Christmas I thought, what if she hates me?
There is no hatred in this house, darling.
But what we have got is photos.
Yeah?
We've got about 500.
Oh, God. Oof. Oh, what's that room? I'm gonna stay here with my mom.
Hang on, I better. Oh my God, I think they found him. My dad, William, they because it turns out his mum and dad still live at the same address, but she never told him.
Oh, so he never even knew.
He doesn't even know I exist.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
No, you got a whole life ahead of you here to figure out. Aww. Aww. This is so sweet.
Will I ever see you again?
Of course you will.
Your own granddaughter. You left her and never went back.
And that was my mistake. Maybe I'll find her again one day.
I fucking hope.
Ruby Sunday, I will see you again because you changed me. I talk about family in a way that I never did before. It's because of you.
No.
You have made my life bigger and better. And now, Ruby Sunday, goodbye.
No. Put on a brave face for her so she could leave, and now he's crumbling. And it's gone. Oh, nope. Go wing.
Oh, what happens to that mysterious traveler in time and space? Sorry to say, his story ends in absolute terror. Night, night.
What the fuck? Doctor Who will return in the Avengers. All right, man. I gotta say, I enjoyed the finale. I enjoyed it for what it was doing. Though there are quite a few glaring issues that I kind of have with it. But I like the sentiment behind it. I like the idea behind it. Maybe the execution isn't completely all there. I liked what they were going for. It got me emotional. It took us on a ride. It had a lot of those fun Doctor Who elements. You know, him kind of staring down this all-powerful beast and giving it 1-4. And, you know, I don't know. I liked all of those elements, especially considering, you know, on first glance, you know, the reveal of Ruby's mother being just somebody. You know, I like the sentiment. I like the sentiment a lot. You know, they've been playing with our expectations along the way. And while that is a little manipulative, I like that that's also part of the story. You know, it's meant to manipulate both us and the Doctor. And I kind of liked that at the end of the day, too, like the Doctor tends to do, is shine a light on the importance of everybody, the every person, the every man, the every woman. Like, you know, just showing that no one person is insignificant, and that, like many things in our lives, the value these things have are only as important and only as valuable as the value we put onto it, the projections that we put onto it. You know, they were after this Time Lord and Ruby were both trying to track down this secret desperately, to the point that it made this god so curious that even he had to know. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to hold this off. I need to know. I need to know the answer to this question. I can't see. I couldn't figure it out. And it just puzzled him so much. Well, as goofy as that is, that he allowed so much of this to transpire because he needs to see this through as well. And then when they denied him that answer, he was like, huh, huh, and let his guard down enough for them to use the molecular rope and the glove from the Goblin episode, the Christmas special, latch him down, and then strap him to the TARDIS and drag him back into time. However, a little weird that his little guardians didn't do absolutely anything to stop that. They were both right there from what I recall. You know, no dust, no nothing. He just, I mean, no action from him either. So, like, I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Like, he just let that happen. This all powerful god of death just kind of sat there and was like, nah, that's cool. Strap me down. Tie me to the TARDIS. We'll see what happens. And then let's just kind of touch on that. This thing, since the Doctor banished him back in the classic series, has just always been on the TARDIS, absorbing this energy, transforming from his original form into this godlike essence, now absorbing the energy from the time stream and evolving into this being that is capable of single-handedly wiping out the universe, because he's been everywhere the Doctor has been since then, leaving these echoes behind, these projections of this Susan triad in every realm, every place, using this perception filter to make her blend in and fit in and not be noticed, not be questioned. I like the way that they explained a lot of that. I feel like it makes sense in the essence of Doctor Who, you know, outside of that. I liked a lot of that. It's still just a little goofy, especially when you equate the resolution to this whole thing wasn't just going back in time, because you can't do that, because he killed every point in time as well individually, because his arbiters, his little spawn, existed at every point the Doctor existed, in every place, in every time, and that the Earth was dying, like the Doctor said, hundreds and thousands of times over from all of his different visits. There was no when to run to except for the fixed point, I guess, for some reason. I don't necessarily understand this, while he was able to go to 2046 to get that data. Maybe because that was left untouched because Sutekh wanted to know. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. This is a little goofy, especially considering like there's so many times where Sutekh could have taken them out, could have done his thing. But it is what it is, man. You know, I like the reveal about the mom. I liked it. It was a really emotional scene, especially considering when the Doctor was like, oh, we found her. Maybe we should honor her wishes. You know, all this time she never came to find you. You went through all this effort. You had to use a time machine to even find out who she is. Maybe we should just let her be. And Ruby's like, fuck you. It just barges in there. I love the way that she does that too, just kind of sitting down unassumingly there and then orders, you know, something with her name so that it would be called out. That's the initiation. It was a really smart way to handle that scene. And it's a really emotional thing, you know. The way they approached this, it could have gone sour, but it didn't. You know, every time her mother, the revelation that she wanted to reach out, it's not that she just never thought about her. She did every year. But she thought by this point, she must hate me. So she just put it off. She didn't want to feel that rejection. She didn't want to hunt her down just to be, you know, turned away or hated for the decision that she made. Then they tracked down her father. Then they came together and met her adopted parents as well. All that just beautifully worked out. And true Doctor way is like, hey, you got a life here now. You got this whole new adventure to go on. You don't need me. You know, I know there was a lot of speculation about why she wasn't going to be like a bleed over companion. So I don't know if there was anything more to that story. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I like the way they did that. It makes sense. It adds up. But there is some weirdness to it. Like, I get she was 15. I get all that stuff happened. Even so, I get masking your identity. But in this day and age, why the fuck was she just walking around in a full-on medieval cloak? Like, what was that about? Like, that was purely just bullshit. Like, at least make it real. I mean, I guess they wanted to, like, keep the mystery of, is she this extra-dimensional being? Is she from another time? Is she one of the Pantheon? You know, obviously the way they wanted that mystery there, because since they seeded that with the Maestro being like, oh, why were they there at the time, you know, on Ruby Road? Why do you reek of one of the old ones or something like that? Just because, you know, Sutekh is always around. Then you just got to think of the moments where there's multiple TARDISes in one spot. Like, what about like the Doctor, like when 11 and 10 met the War Doctor and all that, and there's 3 TARDISes there, and there's like 3 Suteks just like, hey bro, what's up? How you doing? Extra death? What are we doing? Like, there's a lot of fun little quandaries there, let alone when we have that moment when they all time lock Gallifrey up, including Capaldi. You got like, what, 3 TARDISes that wouldn't have a Sutekh, and then the remainder of them all have a Sutekh, all just like going around Gallifrey and time locking it. You're like, there's just weird questions like that get raised. I don't know. It's just goofy. Coming back to the mom thing, another weird thing about that scene, outside of her just running around like she's in King's Landing trying to go hire someone for a good old friendly murder. The whole, oh, she named me this entire time when she pointed at the thing, like the whole changing memory thing too. You know, the memory was different. You know, the doctor kept, like that memory kept changing. No significance to that. That didn't matter at all. And then like the pointing thing. Oh, why did she point at me? Why did she point at the TARDIS? Well, she wasn't. She was pointing at the lamppost that had the hidden sign, Ruby Road. They didn't name me. She did. She chose my name. I mean, no, because there's no one there to observe her. Like, she wasn't telling anybody that's her name. She didn't leave a note after the fact. She didn't be like, that's a good idea, Ruby. And then go leave a note to name the daughter Ruby. The pointing makes no sense, like, outside of that. Could she have chosen that in the hopes that maybe they would name the kid after the street? Sure, that is still a leap, but that's still on the people that took her in to name her. Like that, there was just some really weird, goofy stuff in this episode. But I appreciate the sentiment. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. I'm also not disappointed by it. There's just a lot of really funny decisions and a lot of very inconsistent things, at least in the moment right now, that just don't add up, which is also very Doctor Who. You know, we still do have the mystery of who the F is Mrs. Flood. Like, who is she? Like, she's breaking the fourth wall. She knew about the coming of Sutekh, of this god of death. She knows of the Pantheon. She says that, oh, well, unfortunately, this ruins all my plans. What plans? What were you planning? Who are you? We keep seeing her dressed up as different companions as well. She even calls him Clever Boy. You know, a Clara line while she's dressed as Clara. And then here, we end up with her talking to the audience, talking about how I've seen the Doctor's End and it is just filled with terror, or whatever her line was. And she's dressed up as Romana. Like, straight up, that is one of Romana's old outfits. So she's like embodying, or at least poking with and playing with, these companions. What does that mean? Like, are they, how, and why are they talking to, how are they talking to us? You know, we never answered the question of who the mother of the Pantheon was. I'm not saying that maybe that's who she is. I don't know if she's anything more than that. I presume by this point, she's the one that took the tooth and took the Master's ring, the leftovers from the previous things. I got to assume it's her. Could be very, very wrong about that. Just a lot of questions. At least we do have one, like, mystery still out there. I don't think she's Susan anymore. I think Susan may still be out there in some way, shape, or form. And I like that this story is a very intimate one about family and about opening up. And while Ncuti's doctor is a very emotional doctor, like, I think he's the most human doctor that we've had. He's not wearing that much of a mask compared to some previous versions. He very much so wears his heart on his sleeve. Obviously, he still has some walls up, but for the most part, he's still very, very open and vulnerable. Like, he always goes through the range of emotions every episode almost. Like, he feels things, anger, sadness, love, joy, all of it. And he doesn't really close himself off to any of these things. And, you know, he was falling for Rogue, man. He's worked his magic on him. I like that there's that carries over, and that this also is helping him, you know, through Ruby's journey. You know, it's connecting him with his own past, the relationships he's had, the relationships that he's moved on from, the ones that he's never gone back to, you know, and through UNIT, this organization that is keeping the Doctor's life together in some way, shape, or form, which is a meta way, because they talked about moving forward. They really want to make the Doctor Who universe more cohesive, and how to do that, make it feel more connected than it has been. And I think through UNIT, they're really doing that by having all these different ties or references and companions of old, you know, naturally in a world that has something like UNIT would kind of get poked and prodded every now and then when something weird would happen because they got a connection to the Doctor. So, like, naturally, it makes sense to not cut them out completely and tie them into this. And then he's having fun with that. Like, he's re-engaging with these people he's long since left. And then it leaves him, especially after this whole story with Ruby and going on this journey with her family, you know, I think he's more open to confronting his own. You know, like they said, why you never went back to see Susan? How do I know you'll come back to me? I was like, because you changed me. So maybe he will go back and see Susan. I'm very curious to see how that's all going to go. I hope we do. I hope Rogue comes back, because I thought that was fun. Overall, Like, I really enjoyed this season. I think the weakest still for me, hands down, is Space Babies, but I still don't hate that episode. I don't dislike that episode. It's just definitely not my favorite. I think all the other episodes was fantastic. And also, speaking of the 73 yards thing, a lot of that factored into this. You know, both the distance of the perception filter just happens so to be 73 yards. And then you have Mad Jack as a component in this, because in that time when he's almost there before the doctor thwarts him and gets him out of office, in the natural timeline, you know, he documents everybody's DNA, so that sets up for them to find her mother. Like, a lot of these things started to come back. It's just there's some weird decisions in this episode. I just feel like some of these ideas were fully ready to come out of the oven, but overall, I still enjoyed it. I like the idea. Execution, a little weird. Also, the doctor, is he now a member of the Pantheon because that whole exchange with him and Sutek at the end? You know, I always like to pride myself on being like this arbiter, this champion of life. But this is what you've done. You've turned me into this. Now I must be the monster. Now I bring death. And he casts him out. You know, again, weirdly undoing everything by bringing death to death, as he said. It's like, so two deaths kind of cancel out. Weird sentiment. I'll roll with it. Again, Doctor Who, not everything is going to make a lot of logical sense. Never really has. But now he's like become death, or he's declared himself as such. And there's always been the sentiment that the Doctor brings death. And it's almost like a weird meta acceptance of this. Even though that's not really the case, he doesn't bring anything, really. It's just this. He's always in the right place at the wrong time, but at the right time, because he does save people. Because in a lot of these places where these things happen, if he were never to show up, they would just happen and more people would die. Everybody would die in a lot of cases. It could snowball into like world ending proportions if he never intervened. While he is more like the Mothman, like if you see the Doctor, there's probably bad stuff happening, whether he's out there having fun or not. A lot of the time, like we've seen before, the TARDIS will take him where he needs to be versus where he wants to go. Like that push and pull between the TARDIS and him for a long time, which you haven't really addressed in a while, but I always liked that. You know, he would try to go to a place and he would just blame it on the TARDIS being old and busted and broken, but it was just the TARDIS taking him where he's needed, where and when he's needed. But it just presents this idea that people both love and fear the Doctor, because if he's around, people might be dying. But that's not because he's there. It's just, it's not a good sign. Like with Mothman, he's there as a harbinger of tragedy, but not as its bringer. Anyway, all that aside, what did you guys think of the finale? What did you guys think of the season overall? What are your thoughts and theories on the mysteries that we still have left over? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, you check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, Your Course, Scott, Melito, Rubber, Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Contrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, and Russell Crockett. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.